Your neck is back. Can we please? Your neck is back. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Fatim and today's video is going to be my 6-week postnatal postpartum update. If you want to find out what went down, how the struggle was real or not, then stay tuned. So if it's your first time here, I'm gonna say welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. For those who follow me, you know that I have been sharing my pregnancy story. So now we're gonna go into the postpartum phase, because you know that's a whole other level. All right, so let's start with first things first. So I had an emergency C-section, which meant that recovery was a whole different ball game. My first two were natural births, so you know it was just like you pop them out and you move on with life. With this one, I had to take my time and really embrace recovery. So the very first thing I want to say is that if you've had a C-section, you know you got to take everything easy. You can't lift, you can't lay down on the bed, you got to sleep sitting. But anyway, so I'm here to actually share my nutrition, breastfeeding, keto, fasting, you know, all of that kind of vibe, right? So the first week after delivery, I was still in hospital, so I was far from keto. I was eating soup with bread rolls and butter. I was having toast for breakfast. I was eating jacket potato with cheese and beans. I was eating jacket potato with tuna mayo and cheese. And there were 2 days where I didn't choose any lunch or dinner because I really didn't feel like eating, but they served me jacket potato anyway. And I asked the lady, I asked one of the HCAs, I was like, why did you give me that? She's like, well, that's because that's what you order all the time. So I was like, oh, okay. There were 2 days that I decided to have salad. I was very hungry at night, so my keto snacks came to the rescue. If you've seen my keto what's in my hospital bag keto snacks video, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to put the card up there so that you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, those snacks came to my rescue, honestly, in the middle of the night, where I know I couldn't get anything else but toast. And you know, nursing, breastfeeding, the hunger catches you like crazy. Okay, so that was the very first thing. First week, keto went out the window. Okay, so the second week I was at home. I was in so much pain that eating was the last thing on my mind, to be very honest with you. I was only eating because I had to take my medication. I had to take antibiotics. So I had to take paracetamol and ibuprofen for pain relief. So with the ibuprofen, you can't take on an empty stomach, hence why I had to eat. But I was doing OMAD the second week. So the second week, I was thriving on 1 slice of bread, 2 avocados, and 3 eggs, 3 scrambled eggs. That was it. That was what I was eating every single day for 10 days. I know. And that week I lost 10 kilos. So I was like, well, we're here for it. It was very strange because I woke up just about, I want to say 14, 16 days postpartum, and I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, your neck is back. Can we please? Your neck is back. Okay. Thank you. I was so chuffed. I was so happy. I was like, I am looking nice. My body, funny enough, my body just didn't look any different. That's the painful bit. My body didn't look any different, but the scale was going down, and somehow, like, you know, little things like you notice your neck is looking a bit more elongated, your face is looking just a little bit slender, and you're just like, oh, give me model vibes. Yeah. So yeah, that was week 2. Funny enough, I really wasn't that hungry anyway, and I think it's just because of all the medication I was taking and being so tired and being back at home now, being a mom of 3, looking after 3 kids, because it was during the summer holidays, and you're just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. What I'm gonna do with myself. But yeah, that was week 2. Week 3, 4 and 5, I carried on OMAD. I don't want to say I was keto necessarily, but I was largely 95% keto. And I mean, when I say that, I'll say 6 days out of 7 I was keto, and then the one day I'll decide on have plantain. Do you know what I mean? But I stuck pretty much to the same meals. I was craving avocado like there was no tomorrow. I was craving mincemeat like there was no tomorrow. Eggs like there was no tomorrow. It was just very basic, you know, type of keto meals. I wasn't hungry. I was still very okay fasting. I was still very much OMAD. I was rolling, and exercise was still not a thing because I was still having a lot of pain, and I had issues in my scar. So it was oozing, it was bleeding, it was infected. So I had to go back to the doctors and get antibiotics. So recovery wise, I was really struggling. And oh my God, guys, I wish I had taken pictures. My feet were so puffy. I had so much fluid retention. It was ridiculous. But I was happy that by week 2, I was 3 kilos away from my pre-pregnancy weight, which I was really happy with. By week 4, I had gotten back to my pre-pregnancy weight. My body was starting to come in, especially my tummy. I don't really care about the other parts of my body. Not that I don't really care, but you know, if your tummy looking some type of way, especially when you dress, it looks weird. And that was one thing I found, that even though I had been a certain weight, now I'm back to my pre-pregnancy weight, and I have maintained since week 5. And I want to say that although it's back to pre-pregnancy weight, I don't look pre-pregnancy. I don't know if that makes sense. My body is not back into a shape that I'm like, yeah, I love it. But at the same time, I'm just like, I'm here for it, because you know, 2 months postpartum and I'm feeling okay. I'm starting to go, I'm planning to go back into exercise. I'm struggling to fast, which that's going to be another video for another day, because I don't even know what's going on at this point. But like I was saying, week 3 to 5 was a walk in the park. OMAD. I'm gonna put pictures of my meals that I had typically at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Now week 6, I really don't know what happened week 6, but week 6, hunger hit me like a bus. I got so hungry, and it was almost like it was a bottomless thing. Like I'm eating, and the food is just going and it's passing through me. Like I'm eating and I feel like I haven't eaten. I don't even know if that makes sense. But I was so hungry week 6. It was ridiculous. I could not fast to save my life. I went through a craze of ice cream, popcorn. Me and popcorn have a love story at this point. It's just, I don't even understand. I do not even understand. So I've gone from 95% keto to 60% keto, where okay, maybe 4 days out of 7 I'm keto, and the other 3 days is just like, let's just eat whatever we want. Okay. So yeah, so this is food wise. So I'm just gonna run you through what everything else, like just generic 6 weeks postpartum. Right, so let's talk sleep. Sleep wasn't too bad. Hubby's been brilliant. I mean, he's been amazing. Shout out to my husband. He's been amazing. Like he helped out a lot with little things, like, and with the night feeds, the night shifts, because you know, exclusively breastfeeding and no joke. So I was producing loads and loads of milk. So while baby's feeding, I had my hacker pump on the other side, and that was collecting, just from letdown alone, 100 mils very easily. So I would store that and freeze it, and you know, so I was pumping maybe 2-3 times a day. At one point I almost got a liter of milk besides baby feeding. So Definitely. Like I was quite shocked, because I know there was a lot of stories about there's a lot of and RN about keto and breastfeeding, especially, you know, with regards to milk supply and stuff like that. But I didn't have that problem, and considering that I was keto and fasting, I mean, what can I say? I don't know. But yeah, it definitely wasn't an issue for me. So yeah, hubby helped a lot with regards to sleep and stuff, and I think my medication knocked me out a bit. I'm not used to taking so much medication in one go, and he was trying to remember everything. It's crazy, because some of them are every 3 hours, some of them are twice a day, some of them are once a day, it was just mad. It was just mad. Constipation. Man, I didn't have constipation with my other two. Now I don't know if, because of course it was natural birth, so it's different, but with this one, and I suspect my iron tablets, but besides the iron tablets, constipation has been a pain. Okay, it was real. What else? I went through stages of having headaches, being achy. I was drinking plenty of electrolytes, as in like I was electrolyfied. That's not even English, but honestly, I was taking so many electrolytes because I really didn't want my supply to go down, because I know my kids are hungry babies and I can't afford for my supply to go down. And I was willing not to be keto postpartum, because the last end of the pregnancy was a bit iffy, like the last few weeks, and so I was like, I'm not really in ketosis, and so if I wait, but if I go through the 6 weeks postpartum, then I can start keto again. But eventually I ended up doing keto the 2nd week anyway, and it's just the way things happened. It wasn't that I had planned it, so I just kind of stuck to normal meals, you know, like, what did I say, normal meals, basic meals I meant. So like your meat, your eggs, your avocado, mayo, like life is simple, do you know what I mean? And because I couldn't go food shopping because I couldn't drive, I sent my daughter and hubby the first day that we needed stuff in the house, because there was nothing, and obviously having been in hospital for a week meant that I couldn't do my weekly shop or whatever, and so the food had run out. But there was a lot of food in the freezer that I had cooked during pregnancy, things like pepper soup, things like eforiro, like vegetable sauce soup, so I don't know, vegetables, it's basically spinach. Iru, which is a Cameroonian dish made out of ukazi leaves. What is it in English? Oh, can't remember the name in English, but anyway, I had a lot of sauces in the freezer, so that was the saver for me. But I didn't want to eat that. I just wanted simple, light meals. And because of course baby could wake up anytime, you're just like, look, I've got 2 seconds to scoff this down before he wakes up. But for me, I have to say the majority of the time sleep was my priority over food, which probably helps, which probably explains why I ended up doing OMAD. But it is what it is. What else was that was it really. Week 6, it was all about the 6 weeks was really about me adapting and getting used to having 3 kids in the house, getting used to having a baby again, getting used to the sleepless nights, having a pattern, with the older ones as well, kind of knowing baby, getting to know myself again, because of course, you know, your body changes, everything about you changes. So yeah, that's my summary for my 6-week postpartum. I hope that was useful. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'm gonna share some more postnatal stuff as I go through the journey, because of course we're all learning. I've never been keto in pregnancy before. Obviously this is my first, and I've never been keto breastfeeding before. Although I have done fasting and breastfeeding, I've never done keto and breastfeeding. So it's a new journey. It's a whole new game for me, but I'm gonna carry you along and keep you updated. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Team Keto, and I will see you all in my next video.